A former University of South Alabama student has been found guilty of murder.
We first brought you the verdict on Fox 10 News at 4. New tonight at 9, some emotional reaction that followed that verdict.
Our Paige Malone was there for it all. Paige?
Well, Bob and Lenise, it only took the jury about 20 minutes to find Brandon Ajada guilty of murdering James Franklin Dean. It was a verdict that shook the courtroom. Take a look. Those are the words of Brandon Ajazada's family. This is just seconds after a verdict was handed down. Ajazada is guilty of murder.
Now they're a bunch of liars. They have the wrong person.
It took the jury only 20 minutes.
They gave it a lot of thought. I think the evidence in this case was overwhelming.
The crime happened in July of 2011. James Franklin Dean was found dead in Ajazada's dorm room. Police say he had been stabbed 24 times.
7 of those in the back. A very large butcher knife was left plunged into his back. His throat was cut, it left a gaping hole, and then stabs and cuts all over the rest of his body. It was carnage. It was a bloodbath.
Defense attorney Jeff Dean says this was a tough case to win.
It's very challenging when you have a body in a room and only 2 people were in it, and one of them was the deceased and one of them was the defendant. That's a pretty big challenge.
The state painted Ajazada as jealous of the relationship between another friend and James Dean. Jeff Dean said his client was constantly used by the two for money, his vehicles, and his dorm room.
They took everything from my brother. They stole everything from him, his life. They manipulated and used him and took everything from him.
Before closing arguments, Ajazada took the stand.
He had to say something at some point.
He testified that it was another friend that killed Dean. At the time of the crime, Ajazada told police he did it, but it was self-defense.
I was surprised that he said it because I'd never heard that before. He came out in trial, had never said that to anybody involved in law enforcement, so that was the first anybody had heard of that.
After the verdict was read, Judge Rick Stout revoked Ajazada's bond, and he was taken to Metro Jail.
See my son. Can I see him before they take him?
Ajazada has a sentencing hearing next month.